Hello, I'm Kevin Grimes. I'm the CEO and Chief Investment Officer at Grimes & Company, and I'm here to talk to you today about our Bitcoin accumulation program. The goal of this episode is to really just show you some of the tools that we're using and to take you through a little bit of the background of what the program can offer and some of the communication that we're going to be delivering on a regular basis. The purpose of this piece is to explore why Bitcoin may be an asset worth understanding, is a long-term holding for investors. This is not a specific investment recommendation. It should only be considered in the context of suitability for each individual investor. A financial advisor can assist with this. We have a team of financial advisors that can also help you interpret this and help decide if Bitcoin is suitable for you. This is not a piece that discusses the origin of Bitcoin or blockchain. We have other pieces like that on the YouTube page. I would encourage you to visit. There's also plenty of other information there as well. Also, one last thing, this pertains only to Bitcoin and not any other form of cryptocurrency or a crypto asset. Okay, so the Bitcoin Accumulation Program. What is it? The program is a process that attempts to assess and communicate the attractiveness of Bitcoin's price at any given time. So basically what we're trying to do is determine good times to consider buying or adding positions in Bitcoin and help understanding what's going on with the price action of Bitcoin on a weekly basis. The goal of the approach is to help make investors feel more comfortable with a long-term perspective when approaching a very volatile asset by providing a logic-based accumulation approach. Okay, long-term investing starts with accumulation. This is not a model portfolio that's managed at a wholesale level. Instead, it's a process that's applied to each client account individually at the account level, incorporating optional settings determined by the individual investor. Our asset management team measures trends and cycles, which I'm going to get to a little bit more in a moment, but we're attempting to identify what stage of advance or decline that Bitcoin is likely in at any given point in time. Obviously, nothing is known for certain. It's simply a logic-based system in order to give our best assessment. Our team can work with clients to establish a plan for accumulating Bitcoin based on the biases of each investor and our observations of the market. Weekly reports will provide a snapshot of our latest thinking and also a history of our thought process over time. And in those snapshots, we do score the attractiveness for establishing new positions in Bitcoin each week inside of that report. The team also can offer some insight into tax loss selling opportunities that may arise that offers the consolation of reducing taxes when meaningful losses are incurred. And obviously, anytime investing in a volatile asset class, there will be losses. At times, investors should go in expecting that. And we encourage this only for investors considering a long-term investment horizon. Okay, two main things we look at when assessing the opportunity for Bitcoin are trends and cycles. Now remember, there are no cash flows or earnings or other metrics that can be used to fundamentally value Bitcoin. All we have is price. Price tells us what the cumulative opinion on Bitcoin is at any given point in time. And so we measure the trends in the cycles of Bitcoin's price to try to assess what's happening each week. A trend refers to what direction a security's price is moving, providing a good starting point for analysis. In high conviction trends, prices trade within normal distribution channels. There can be opportunities in both uptrends and downtrends. So I'm going to start here by showing a chart. We have established a proprietary trend indicator that you can see in the study here on the lower frame in yellow. So basically, underpinning the trend score is a measure that smooths and normalizes average change in price and other measures in order to determine the relative strength of Bitcoin's price action at any given point in time. Greater than 0 is positive, lower than 0 is negative. This particular chart at this point in time, it is just turned negative. Normal distributions can also help us figure out what's happening with dominant price trends. So you may remember from your statistics class the bell curve concept, where there's the average in the middle and it tails off on the ends. This occurs also on price charts, where the average is calculated here in the middle line, and plus or minus 2 standard deviations of the top or the bottom. You would expect, if a trend is continuing, that 95% of all observations would fall within this price channel. And you'll see occasionally they may pop out now and again. If the trend has changed, then you can expect that the price moves out of this channel and a new channel forms. So normal distribution channels can be very effective and useful when trying to determine not only the direction, but also the dispersion around what a normal trend would be. The chart I'm showing right now of Bitcoin is actually a pretty good one. It's been a pretty accurate price channel, and you can see that just recently the price has fallen out of the normal distribution range. It's probably time for Bitcoin to either reverse higher, or we would have to consider that there's been a change in regime in this particular point in time. Another main thing we look at besides trends are cycles. And we believe that securities, including Bitcoin, are subject to short-term cycles higher and lower. These cycles can occur within a trend, or they can mark a turning point in the end of a trend. We use technology for our signals that are based on digital signal processing, or DSP technology, very similar technology that's used in your mobile phone in wireless communications to identify a voice from noise. It helps identify cycles and prices. The score focuses on cycles that persist within a period between 6 weeks and 6 months is what we're looking at. These settings are chosen because they represent a reasonable focus for long-term investors looking for opportunities. Prices tend to cycle higher and lower. So if we look at this chart here, we can see points in time where prices are cycling higher and lower, higher and lower. Cycle highs may be a precursor to lower prices in the near term. Cycle bottoms could lead to higher prices to come in the short run. These cycle tools can help us establish higher conviction entry points and potential turning points for the price of Bitcoin. So other supporting studies that we will show on a regular basis in our weekly study. One is relative strength, the relative strength index, also called RSI. RSI is a widely followed short-term momentum oscillator. It's available within almost any charting package that you might have. It might even be available on Yahoo Finance, free websites like that. It was developed in the 70s by a technician named J. Wells Wilder. He created actually a lot of studies back then. He was ahead of his time. The RSI is an oscillator that's plotted on a scale of 1 to 100. Perhaps an oversimplification, the measure looks at the strength of up days relative to the strength of down days. Over 50 is a sign of strength. Below 50 is a sign of weakness. We also plot green line at 60 and a red line at 40 to help us visually. Perhaps the most common use of RSI is to detect when a market has moved too far in one direction and is ripe for a reversal. So moves above 70 are traditionally considered a signal of an overbought condition, meaning that prices could be subject to potential weakness to come. RSI levels below 30 signal potential oversold condition. Maybe the markets have moved too far or lower too quickly and potentially could signal a turn higher. So we plot lines at 70 and 30 to assist us as well. So again, just looking at this chart, you can see sometimes when we were above 70 or below 30, above 70, below 30, that signaled times when the market may have been overbought, and then some opportunities when markets may have been oversold. So a useful indicator, a common indicator. Another study that we use on a regular basis, a couple moving averages. Well, one in particular is the Kaufman Adaptive Moving Average. It's developed by Perry Kaufman. This moving average is adaptive. to the efficiency or volatility of the market. So when prices are not moving much, then the average basically moves sideways and can signal a trendless market. When prices are moving substantially, they're moving efficiently and with more volatility, then the average will move very quickly. So it's a nice proxy for buy signals at times when accompanied with other studies. So we'll be using the Kaufman Adaptive Moving Average, also called the CAMA. So look for that. And those are all of the main studies that we will be showing in any given point in time. There will be others that we do show at times that may help us highlight what's going on with Bitcoin. So look, in conclusion, it's impossible to identify ultimate tops and bottoms of markets. And our goal is simply to avoid persistently negatively trending markets, as well as markets that advance too far, too fast. We're just looking for reasonable entry points to add positions in an asset that we want to own for the long run. So I would encourage you to please visit our website. Please visit the YouTube channel for other information on Bitcoin, along with many other topics. There are several there that will get into the investment case for Bitcoin, like why do you want to own it in the first place? And we're going to attempt another one that attempts to put the high volatility of this asset into context. I think that's a useful one. And also our weekly report. Some are going to be written and available just as a snapshot on the channel. Others will be in a video format. So look for those, and please feel free to reach out to our financial advisors. You can reach one through the website at www.grimesco.com. Please reach out to our advisors that can help you with really any of your financial planning needs. They can help you build investment portfolios across asset class. But if you are interested in Bitcoin, they can also help you with the Bitcoin Accumulation Program. So thank you for your time.